Me where?
Again, but I guess mine is live.
We are live. Okay, hold
let's
on.
go.
Well, Mayor, what I have to do here is I have to go grab it and shit. DEDE, where your phone at? You
got to share.
You got to go to ATN News Media.
So we're live now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
Wyntis Hall? Okay.
Yes. We're live on the Wyntis Hall show.
Okay.
So DEDE, you go and you share it too. You go to because you already like, follow, and subscribe to ATN News Media Group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have ATN News Media Group. That's it right there.
Okay.
The big sign, ATN News Media Group with the satellite. We at the ATN. We got different studios. So
Right.
we at the other studio today. Let me share it to a couple groups. Because, we got, I'm going to share it to the church people too, DEDE.
Okay.
DEDE go to my church.
Oh, do you?
And then,
Okay.
hold on, I got to share it to some more. Mickey, why is it so hard to share?
I'm sharing it with no problem.
Okay. Here we go, right here. Here we go, where I can share it to everybody right now. Let's go here we go. We moving right along now, DEDE. You see how I'm doing that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. When you get good like me, that's how you hit it. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
You just share it to all your friends.
Okay.
Yeah, family right there.
That's how you be at church.
Yeah,
That's
how I
what she
be at
does at church.
That's what I be at church. Because the baby knows me from church. She knows me as a good missionary church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Good missionary. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to Lil Glorilla and Cardi B because God knows my heart.
Right.
Pastor Hill tells us all the time that, we can't run high from God, so we might as well just keep it 100 out here in the streets.
Because he knows anyway.
He knows what we're going to do. So hold on, let me finish sharing to a few of these
Before we
groups
do it.
here. We got to about 15 right now. And we keep, I got to send it to First Lady Miss Shirley Hill. And I know your mama, she watching on YouTube. I say hey to your mama.
Hey, Ma.
Your mama watching it on the YouTube. We share it to a couple more people on here. Yeah. And we go ahead after this right here. We had to start a little late because the most honorable sitting over here to my left, she had a special edition of the Black Money Matters show.
We did.
With Michael Clark at 5 o'clock. So if you guys didn't watch that, make sure that you run it back and watch that at 5 o'clock, that special edition of Black Money Matters, because that show was good. It was the bomb. So, hello, everyone. And thank you all for tuning in to the Wyntis Hall Show. My name is Wyntis Hall. And let's give it up for ATN News Media Group and the best producer and boss in the world, El Presidente, Mickey Jordan. And I am honored tonight to have with me the most honorable, lovely Dr. Karen Weaver.
Thank you for having me.
No.
I'm glad to be on your show.
Thank you.
She lets me on here sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes.
Just sometimes.
I don't like for people to steal my thunder. So
we need some thunder background.
We're gonna have all of these sound effects. Mickey gonna get tired of us because we just requested so many sound effects. But yeah, so Mayor is joining me on here, and we were supposed to have Jamaica and Adrian, but people had other commitments. But stay tuned because we're gonna have a big collab, and then we're also gonna have a Meet the Podcasters for 810 coming to you soon. It's gonna be held very soon downtown. So look for that information coming out. So tonight, for the first. We'll see how it goes. A few minutes or so. I have with me DEDE Smith. She is a senior at Carmen Ainsworth. She is Miss Michigan. You Miss Michigan? Basketball? Well, almost. But she the MVP.
Tell us what you are, because she's going to have you with all kind of titles. And you're going to say, that's not right.
If Neely can do it, you can too.
That's right. If he can have a degree.
She can have a couple of awards. Passion Week was last week. This week is a whole new week. I'm ready for y'all this week. Go ahead, DeDe. Tell us tell us what all you got.
I played basketball for 4 years at Carmen Ainsworth.
Varsity too, didn't you?
Yeah.
What position?
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Out of those 4 years, I started too, and I
Have you on varsity in like the 8th grade or something? They was trying to put you on varsity. Yeah.
I got a 3.7 GPA.
Oh wow, that's.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That is.
I'm all academic in Saginaw Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of my baby.
You know what? And I'm glad to hear this because it's so interesting as you're talking about what you've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some accomplishments.
Yeah.
And we just had this show before with the president from the Board of Education. It was for Flint schools, but we were talking about education.
Mm-hmm.
And here you come, this young lady. We talked about athletes. We talked about academics, and you just. You're it all wrapped up right there in you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because every week that you have a game, Pastor makes you stand up at church.
Yeah.
And the biggest supporter, Pastor Hill,
Mm-hmm.
the Mount Episcopal Baptist Church, G6415 Client Road. Come visit us on Sundays at 10 a.m. Thank you.
That's right.
What? Yeah, while Mickey looking at us, we gonna shout out our pastor because that's me and DeDe's pastor. Give me here, DeDe, right here. Right here, DeDe.
What's your pastor name, Pastor Wallace?
Pastor Wallace
Oh,
here.
that invoice is on the way.
Pastor Wallace.
Look,
here.
I'm gonna jump in now. Don't listen to him.
That's
We're
right.
gonna overrule him
That's
on this
right,
one.
Pastor. The mayor has given you a promo
We
spot.
like Pastor Hill.
So listen, I was
She's been
talking.
about
I was talking to. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to you.
you. Mm-hmm.
And then I went to church. No, I went to church first, and I seen DeDe.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, DeDe, because they, we was going around for offering. And I was like, DeDe, what? And I started doing all of that. I was like, what did that mean? And she told me, it took her a little while until I got it. But she told me what all of that meant.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and then me and Mary got to talking about it. And Mary told me what it meant.
Because I'm a big basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
I
get off the phone with you because she wants to watch
It was March
basketball.
Madness.
I know that's right.
Thank you. Look, men, women, I was watching it all. And when that... Go ahead.
Anyway, they like basketball. Whoop-de-doo. But the thing for me was this whole hand in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about that, which led to what's good for the goose got to be good for the gander.
Right.
I mean, we just went on and on with that topic, but it all originated from the LSU was playing who? Iowa.
Yeah.
And my mother just told me that the white girl that did that and the black girl's Caitlin was the white girl's name. And they said she does it every game.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they make it a big deal this game? Like
and why did they describe one as a hero, an athlete, she's all of these great things.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the black female athlete does it, she's ghetto, she's a thug.
Wait a minute, Mayor, I seen that on Facebook, and I thought that was just a meme, but this is how they were actually describing her in the press.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why all the rappers and stuff was coming together trying to get on Angel Reese's side, basically.
Oh, I didn't know it got that big. Okay.
What did you think about that? What did you think? I just want to know.
I mean, trash talk is like a big thing in our generation, especially for like girls basketball, because we're trying to make a name for ourselves, as well as like, because you see like the men and the boys getting paid all the money, and they can just take off to the NBA and get drafted, while we have to wait till like a certain age for us to get drafted. So I just feel like it wasn't disrespectful. I mean,
It's
It was
part of
just-
the game.
Yeah, it was trash talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you can back it up, then you do it. But if not, then I recommend not doing it. So I mean, it was good.
So all it meant was
You
I-
can't see me. Basically.
you can't see me.
Basically, like she good. Like you can't hold her.
Like I'm gonna break your ankles. You know?
Kinda, but like
Like I used to steal the ball from Stacey Thomas.
Nah.
You know, when she wasn't looking.
I wish I had seen that.
Just when she wasn't looking, sitting down, you know, not
You
playing.
steal the ball.
When she was holding it in her hands, you know. That's when I was stealing from Stacey.
But
anyway.
they both did.
Yeah.
Trash talk.
Yeah.
Now, Mary, you had a whole different spin on that because
No.
that pissed you off.
I was because it was a double standard.
That is true.
It was a double standard,
Mhm.
and how can one female that doesn't look like us
right.
get away with it, and she is just held up to
Yeah.
she's wonderful,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know.
And Angel Reese had been getting like many people complaining about how she was trash talking other people in the game, like during the game, like calling them too little and all that. So I mean, I could see how like all that stuff came back on her, but like it's just a game. I mean, it was a good game at that too.
It was a real good game. It was a real good game.
Oh.
But I thought, you know what? Now I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I had a problem with it.
Yeah. Did you hear about the White House situation?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm glad you brought
my
that.
God.
Yes, because
I was coming with that.
Oh,
I was coming with
I
that,
was
but
so
take off
mad.
because
No,
here she
because
goes.
Here you go again. How are you gonna invite? You invite
Yeah.
the winner.
This
Yeah.
is what set you
You
off.
invite
Yes,
the winner.
this is what set her off.
LSU was the winner.
Right.
So how? Well, we're all gonna do this together. Because it reminded me of something. Because I have two daughters that were in sports. In fact, they played basketball and they went to school on basketball scholarships. But I remember when we were in karate and Adrian was sparring and with someone that didn't look like her,
Okay.
and she whooped that girl. Let me just say, she whooped that girl.
Okay.
And they said her legs were too strong.
Adrian?
They said her legs are too strong, and
What they mean her legs too
I
strong?
don't know. I guess she got thick black legs. I don't know. They meant her legs were too strong, and so they gave them both first place. And you know what I said?
No.
I said, y'all better be glad I'm not a black belt, because I'd whip some up in here. Because they cheated her for them to say we're going to take them both when they both didn't win.
Right.
To do those kinds of things, and we see it happen over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And when Miss First Lady said that, people were angry about that,
Oh, yeah.
rightfully so.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because I feel like if Iowa would have won,
They would have
LSU
taken
wouldn't
it.
have win.
Tell it.
Now,
They wouldn't have invited LSU.
how did you feel like when you heard that, the first lady had invited both of them?
Me?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know really, because I was like kind of shocked because, like, okay, we all black, and we already don't have we don't get these type of advantages at that. So for them to win it all and then have to
Share.
yeah,
the spotlight.
it's like do we really win or do
Right.
we just win a trophy and not the rest? So yeah.
That's crazy.
Did we really win?
Did we really win?
Mhm.
Like
Because
why
it
you
diminishes your win.
Right.
And it diminishes this. I mean, because they weren't supposed to be there.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just face it. We all thought
they
South
weren't-
Carolina
Oh, yeah.
was going to be
They
there.
weren't
I was
number
well
one seed.
informed.
They weren't the
Nah.
number one. LSU wasn't.
No.
Okay.
And for them to, overcome all of that,
Yeah.
that's what's exciting about March Madness.
Right.
Because you never know who's going to come through.
I mean, I get
So,
that, but I didn't know.
But
it seems
LSU
like-
wasn't supposed to be there. That
And-
was.
And then you tell me, Mayor, that was the most watched. You or Mickey, one
Yep.
of y'all said that was the most watched.
Yes,
More than the men's March Madness. That women's game.
that game.
Oh my God, was it that good?
It was that.
That was an
That
exciting
was a
tournament
good-
this year.
It was
Oh, look
exciting.
at
I mean, the whole
Mickey
thing
even
was just
talking.
exciting. It was
Especially because
really-
you had two black teams
Right.
undefeated.
Mhm.
And then they went against each other, but one had to win. So
Right. Right. One. That's what you just said. One
Yeah.
had to win.
right,
Right.
Because only one can win. It's
Yeah.
not a tie in basketball.
right,
No, it's only one. Somebody
one-
got to be the loser.
Right. Somebody's got to lose.
right.
And DeDe, like, what I wanted to know from you, and we seeing this right here on a college level, and it seems like the world is getting more and more messed up each day.
Oh yeah.
Are you experiencing this type of stuff that we're seeing, like with LSU and Iowa and at a high school level?
Oh yeah. I done had referees tell me I gotta sit down because I'm playing too aggressive
Mhm.
or
Because you're one of the top scorers.
Legs too
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, right,
yeah,
right.
or I'm too strong.
Mhm.
Like I didn't play with boys, and they didn't tell me that when I was playing with boys. Like I was too strong, I was too aggressive, and all that. So yeah, I didn't have that, especially during the tournament time. When we played the all black school, because Carmen is mostly black on the
Okay.
girls basketball team. So when we played them, it was like they let us play. Like they didn't call as many fouls as they would if we was playing a different type of school. So when
They'll
it
let
came,
you all be rough with each other.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when it came time to like where we was playing, like
Montrose.
we played Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they didn't want to bring a black ref down up north where we was at. So he came anyway. And
Wait a minute. Did something happen with that game? Like they didn't want to come to Flint or something?
Because we're supposed to meet halfway,
Um,
and we ended up driving. I think the most. Because they 3 hours away, 4 hours away, or something like that. And
You
we
were
drove up
supposed to
north.
play in the home game. Y'all, it was at your home game.
It was supposed to be close. We was done playing at Carmen. It was supposed to be close though.
But
Like we were supposed to meet halfway.
I can't even understand the halfway part.
I couldn't
this is
either.
Your
I
home
couldn't
game.
either. But yeah, when we played them, they told the black referee that he could stay home. They had a referee there for us. But he came anyway, and I mean, he didn't call as like, he was supposed to, but like, he made a good call during the right time. That's what I was saying. And I feel like if he wasn't there, we wouldn't have got that call. We wouldn't have won that game either. So we went to overtime, and
They still put barriers in your way, but y'all still overcame
that right there.
that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor, I know you got some questions.
I
for
mean, no, it just it hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
We're still having these kinds of conversations, and I keep having these flashbacks because I remember there was a school. Well, when the kids when they would play Flushing, it was always.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you knew something was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And it always happened. And it was always certain teams where those kinds of things happened.
Yeah.
They were too aggressive, and that's what we're told. You're too aggressive.
Yep.
You play too rough. And
Is that a way of saying you too black?
Yes.
I mean, seriously.
And those are the things that we see.
Right. And you think of basketball being a black dominated sport. You think of, this is stereotypes. Like, and we know that. You think of hockey, you of being a white dominated sport. So I think it's just gonna always be these types of stereotypes, but I didn't think that it would be like down at this high school level. That's what.
Well, think about it. They're getting ready to go to
me.
college.
Yeah.
It's getting real.
It happened to me during middle school too. So I mean, I feel like it's just gonna break our generation. Yeah, it's gonna break our generation for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
So when like the recruits and stuff, is it really is aggressive and like I see where they like letting you guys make money. What were we talking about that the other day?
Right. On
money
her image.
Yeah. So is that like better, or were they doing that for the boys and not for the girls? Like
it was
when we talk about double
in time.
standards.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was at one point in time, and then they made it to where they was gonna start adding on to the girls. so they can make money. That's why Angel Reese making money now.
Right.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah,
of her name.
that's the article I
Allowed
was
that.
reading.
Because
Yeah.
of her
Mhm.
name.
Okay.
And I think she getting the highest. It's like 1.1 million,
Yeah,
something
she
like
the
that.
highest paid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Athlete between boys and girls.
Okay.
And that's just off her name. So, but I do feel like I'm glad that they like kind of added it in because girls, we don't really get paid to play at a professional level.
Right,
And that's
at
what I
all.
wanted to know.
You don't
too,
get
like,
paid
We
to play
don't.
at
That's
a
why
professional
some
level.
girls go overseas. Look
Mhm.
at Brittany Griner.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think she's gonna go back.
Don't go to Russia.
Go back to Russia.
Don't go back to Russia.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where they get all their money from. That's why everybody just they don't look at like going to the WNBA or NBA anymore.
But you know, one of the things I have noticed though, and I was glad to see it because now even during March Madness this time with the announcers, they had men and women
Yeah.
doing women's,
Mhm.
and you know, and I said good because that makes people pay
Yeah.
attention, and that brings in some other audience
Right.
where maybe some men weren't watching women's
Mhm.
sports. We've always watched women's sports,
Yeah.
but I like that to see
Mm-hmm.
that it seems like it legitimized it more or something and said,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's watching this when they had some of those other commentators being part
Right.
of this and just validating what we already knew.
Yeah.
I mean, because women's basketball is different than men's
Oh, yeah.
basketball. It's very
The
different.
men cry too much.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, you heard it here. The
Nah,
men-
they do cry. They cry too much. They get slapped on the hand, they cry.
They cry too much.
Get through it.
We know you done beat some men, not we already know that. Just don't rub it in their face. But see, when you talk about that, and we talk about the stereotypes, and like you said, the men cry too much. Why do you think it's the stigma, like over like, in order to be a girls basketball player, you gotta be manly. You know, it's like y'all girls,
Yeah.
but they don't want to treat you as such or recognize you all as
Yeah.
such, and
Cause they feel like because they feel like girls can't do what men can do. Like, yeah, we not dunking, but like
Right.
our game still has some type of
It's on the fundamentals.
yeah, it still has some type of
is.
powerful meaning to
Mhm.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
it don't all gotta be about like throwing alley oops or dunking or making a flashy pass. I mean, girls can make a flashy pass and all that. Like, look
And
at
they
Caitlin
do.
Clark. They
Right.
started calling her Steph Curry.
Okay, stop. Stop. We're not gonna do that.
oh, look, Mary looked dead in the
We're not
camera.
gonna do that. No, I heard them say that. That's not her name.
Mary said, "Stop. We ain't
What?
gonna do that." So we're not gonna call her Steph Curry.
No.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
No.
And you said
We could call. I got some other people we could, but go ahead. I do, but I'm gonna keep my list.
no.
Go ahead.
I got one.
That's why she doesn't
one
let me
last
on.
question for you before we wrap up with you.
Okay.
The difference in pay. What is the difference in pay between a woman going to the WNBA? Like, so you're not getting like the 125 million LeBron contracts. No,
I
but
think the most you're gonna probably see is like 5 million or something like that.
$5 million.
It can't be.
For the
I don't
same
think it's
game.
like. I don't think it's a double. Like, okay, maybe like. Let's see. Maybe like okay, before Brittany Griner did whatever she did, she was making some money, but not like what the men was making.
No, I
Right.
think they was on. I think the highest was like a couple
What was
$100,000.
Lisa
Yeah.
Presley getting back then? I mean, it was just
They was
that
making
weren't-
like General Motors making
Right,
a person
yeah.
making
That-
50 and 60,000.
yeah.
That's why Brittany Griner went overseas. To
Right.
Russia,
Yeah.
'cause they paid them more
They
overseas.
paid them more
than they-
overseas. That's why a lot of them go overseas.
That's
So-
sad though to me. Like
Right.
a double standard again.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
But I mean, that's why you don't see like really a lot of men that's in the NBA going overseas unless they don't have
They
that
can't
type of money.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, so I think the men that go overseas, they can't make it to the NBA. That's why
But you know, you see
Because
that
they need help.
unfair payment. Women are always paid less than men
Oh,
for
yeah.
doing those same jobs.
Yeah.
Now we know that,
Look,
and there's a
our
huge
pastor
disparity.
watching NIL name, image, and likeness. Hey, Pastor, we see you on there texting. Look, Vicky said, there we go again. Well, Mary, you got some last questions for DeDe
No,
before we
you
jump
know
into
what?
it?
No, I'm glad you came on because
Thank you.
we need to do this again. Is what I think because
Absolutely.
we don't acknowledge women in sports, in a lot of sports
And young
enough.
women.
Yeah.
And young
Young
women.
women.
And we know that can open up a world for so many things to
Right.
happen. And so we need to start pushing that and the importance of, what sports does
Yeah.
for young girls
Right.
and young women. So I don't know. They keep us out of it. They just
Yeah.
keep us out. But that's not going to happen anymore. I mean, it's changing. It's
Yeah.
changing. We're going to be watching you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
DeDe.
And I like how she said that. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
have you announced like where you're going, or
No.
you haven't
We have
announced
to wait.
it? We'll
Yeah.
wait.
You gonna tell us on here?
You're gonna announce it on 810. We'll give you a whole platform,
Oh,
press
we'll pull
conference,
up.
everything, baby. Signing the hats.
That's
have
right.
your mom and daddy there with the little hats and stuff, everything. Like
We'll
that.
be there.
I got
Yeah,
you.
we'll pull up.
I
Yeah,
got
we
Okay.
got you.
That's right.
We're gonna pull up.
And I just wanted to say, like 810 from the mayor, the city, and your church and your pastor. Like, we so proud of you, young Black woman,
Right.
grounded,
Mhm.
raised by your mother, did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
With the help of the village.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You
she's
go to
smart.
church every Sunday.
Yeah.
She's smart.
You are smart.
Right.
3.7 GPA.
Right.
You can go basketball, academic scholarship. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You are a role model.
And we need to
The children. Yeah.
we need to highlight her. We
Absolutely.
need, because that's just an accomplishment. A lot of times people don't know.
Yeah.
They look at you and they form an opinion
Yeah.
Right.
about what you're going to do and what you're going to be or not be.
Yeah.
And
We
when
thank
she said, I was this in basketball and sports, this is what my GPA is. I mean, that's nice.
Now I'll
That's
watch
just
the
nice.
March Madness when you go up there, and I'm gonna be.
And she ain't gonna
y'all
know what's
see me in the
going
streets.
on.
I'm gonna be doing this.
She ain't
to
gonna
y'all.
know
Y'all
what's
can't see
going
me.
on. She's gonna say, "Who is that?" So what's the coach's name? I can't believe what's the coach's name for South Carolina because I like her.
Understand.
Yeah, and she made me want those shoes, the ones the slides. I'm gonna get some just because of her.
Okay, I don't know what
Black money matters.
Black Money Matters. Thank you, DeDe, for coming on here.
It was
Thank
so
you
nice
for
to
having
meet
me.
you.
You too.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
for
right.
allowing me to come on with you and DeDe. I appreciate
No, we're not
it.
done yet. Me and you not
Let's
done.
go.
We got some things. Thank you, DeDe.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
boo.
This is
So,
the part of the show. I'm glad you.
yeah, this is the part of the show we can't have the baby on here. This is the part of the show where me and Mary get grimy with it. Thank you, DeDe.
Bye.
Thank you. Mayor. Oh, yes.
Let me.
Huh?
What's that disclaimer they give on the station? Oh, he's gonna read something.
Yeah, go ahead and
We're
read
taking
it.
a quick commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break.
You all stay tuned.
Stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned. Okay, here we go. Excuse my reading. Blaming on Northern.
Hey, wait. I'm a proud of Flint Northern. I'm a Viking, and
That y'all was there when y'all was doing arithmetic. I got there when we was doing slow math.
We were past arithmetic
Oh,
at
okay.
Northern. Let me tell
See,
you
I
that.
was there when we was still doing one.
Can you just read the
Okay,
thing so we
thank
get
you.
up with the show?
Attention, Michigan nonprofits. Applications are now open for the Michigan Nonprofit Relief Fund, a $32.5 million grant program to support small nonprofits with less than $1 million in annual revenue that incurred expenses or losses after March 3rd, 2021 due to the global COVID-19 pandemic. We can say COVID-19 pandemic on here. Okay. The Michigan Nonprofit Relief Fund is administered by the Michigan Nonprofit Association, or MNA, and the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, or LEO, LEO. Nonprofits do not have to be members of MNA to apply or receive grant funding. The application will close on Friday, May 5th, 2023. For more information about the program and to fill out an application, please go to mynonprofitrelief.org. That's mynonprofitrelief.org, mynonprofitrelief.org. We'll put it in the chat.
All right.
Okay.
Jasmine said, "What does math have to do with reading?" He told you went to Northern, baby. Southwest
I went to
Academy
Northern,
Nights.
and
Now, didn't y'all see that 32 million? I knew how to count though.
Night.
oh,
No
he knows
numbers.
how to count.
No numbers.
All right,
No numbers. So
that's what he knows.
so this is
What are we doing?
girl. We done went from a Harvard and Yale grad to a temp service CFO, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
But we could.
We could. That was just a little shy.
We could.
We could talk about it. But you know what? We still talk about them double standards.
Okay.
And having you on here as a doctor, as a role model for your children, not only for your children, I see you as a role model for the city. We have some pretty good conversations, and you expressed to me certain. Are you putting the speed hump bumps back down for the scat packs this year? I just wanted to know that as well. Okay, so now back to the show. So, Mayor, we talk about this new generation. We see things that are funny to us that's not funny to you. And again, we talk about double standards. We talk about whereas a man could say, I got 15 bodies and he's considered a pimp. And when they say bodies now, that means dated 15 women that they done slept with. You know, It took me a minute to figure out what bodies meant. And then if a woman says she didn't have 15
I said
bodies,
they would call her a skank.
yes.
They call her nasty.
You don't have to repeat it all.
Oh, okay.
I gotta stop her because she be on a roll, but
it's true.
yeah.
And we did talk about that. I said if a man has a list of who he wants to get with,
Yeah.
I said, and it can be 15, 20, 10. But if a woman put that kind of list out, we would be talked about.
Right.
And we would be called
Whores. Whorus.
Yes, we
Right.
would. And,
Right.
and
that's
that
Mickey's word, horrors.
and that just goes when we talk about double standards. I mean, we just talked to DEDE about a double standard.
That's why we
as far as
continue on with
women's
this. Yeah.
pay. And you see that across the board on a whole lot of things. But there are double standards on what we can say, what we can do. I mean, I remember double standards being a man. People say, well, you have to dress this kind of way. You're supposed to do, tell me what size earrings I'm supposed to wear. And I'm thinking, what does that have to do with how my brain works?
Right. But do you think as younger people, we're moving away from our morals and values and finding things like, like sometimes you'll tell me, Wyntis, that's not funny, what you laughing at? And I'm like, nothing. Like I'll play it off, but she breaks it down.
What I said we have gotten so comfortable with disrespect. I think we've gotten comfortable with disrespect, and so we don't check it and challenge it when it happens. And we can say that's just, it's funny, and it's not. It's not funny when all of a sudden it's you, and you're like, that was disrespectful.
Right.
Yeah, well, it was disrespectful when they said it over here.
Right.
And sometimes I said, we'll say, well, they were just playing. No, they weren't. No, they weren't playing. They laughed when they said it because they wanted it to be able to get said.
Right.
And so I just said, I think we've gotten very comfortable with allowing disrespect, especially of our girls, especially of our young women. And sometimes we do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're the ones.
Right.
When we're on there calling each other these, that ain't my name.
Right.
It's not my name.
Right. I'm guilty of that too. Like me and my friends, Nikki's age, hey B, what's up B? We'll do that in a minute. And because that's what we're comfortable with. And then you'll find somebody that'll come in that don't know us. It may be a man. Well, hey, what's up, B? And you be like, what you just called me? But wait a minute, your homegirl just called you that 5 minutes ago. So it's like,
I guess I've gotten to where I just feel like as women, and we talked about that when we did that performance. I said, when I saw those 3 women, the sister tour, how do we not support one another?
Right.
And I've seen a breakdown with that. And that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we need to come together as women.
As women.
And we should demand certain things.
Period. I was reading a comment I think it was Brian Horn, had it on Flint Politics today. He didn't know um, that Councilwoman Judy had said the word colored. And he was like, wait a minute, when did she say that? I said, well, she said she had a colored boyfriend. Colored. And he was like, colored? He was like, and we let her get away with that? Sure did, because the next week, somebody was ghetto. I mean, so it's like, we have let people get away with so much stuff until they done became accustomed to it. Like, they know they're not going to be held responsible.
Mm-mm.
And so it's like now when you speak up about it now, it's like, well,
What's wrong with
a
you?
troublemaker.
Well, I've been called that before.
Oh, I've been called much worse.
I was going to say, and then
right. But yes, I'll be a troublemaker because it's not right. And how dare you say things like that?
Right.
And I think if we speak up when it happens, instead of being scared of what somebody's going to think about us, or I don't want to be the first one to say something about it, then people will start respecting us.
Right. And that's what we need to do.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. And that was the conversation we were having.
Yeah.
That was the
But I
conversation.
wanted the world to hear it. I wanted the world to hear because you made so many valid points that made me think.
Because I said a woman couldn't do that?
Yeah.
And not be called names?
Yeah.
Well, could she?
No. And I really thought about that, and I'm like, no. You will hear a man say, I'm about to go to the strip club with my homies. That's good. It's normal. That's acceptable. But when a woman wants to go to the strip club, it's like, oh, she a freak.
Right.
Well,
your freaky butt was there.
Right.
Hold on.
What, Mickey? What?
When you're made out of sugar and spice.
And everything nice.
Right. So a man is made out. No, I'm just playing.
But it's the truth, Mickey. You a man. Would you wouldn't want to wife nobody you seen at the strip club every week?
Excuse my French.
He said he's met her at the strip club.
That's what I want to say.
He loved the children, but he met your mom at the strip club.
I don't think no man will want a woman that would just say was a Florence Nightingale. They don't mind dealing with them, but to marry them, well, that's a hard pill to swallow.
When you know that your cousin and your best friend and your homies
man, that's a hard pill. You got to be a strong. I ain't saying ain't none can't do it, but you got to be a strong brother. You got to be made out of something that you can look past. Because you might run into some women that's ready to be with you, settle down. But boy, that's a rough one.
Yeah, they come with all of this.
That baggage you might be at a party. You go in there about 6 of them newer, and then you might hear something. You about ready to fight. You can't fight the whole city. So don't run up on that one.
Be careful what you say, because what you say can and will be held against you when you get home.
The whole city, I'm breaking up now.
You're breaking up now. But that's the truth. I mean, that's a good thing, a good topic to talk about. But the double standards, and while we're talking about double standards, if you just want, just for like 2 seconds, like you said, double standards when you was a mayor. Girl, what you think about that damn temp? The temp. If you don't want to
answer, double standard. I mean, there were double standards in place. Obviously, because the way women are treated in office versus how men are treated in office.
Never would have let. We never would have let you get away with that.
I didn't get away with
anything. I corrected myself.
But the thing was, I wasn't trying to get away with anything. I was always letting people know what was going on. And trying to, but when you have a media that's working against you also, that's difficult to get information out. 810 News Media, thank you.
But that's a
but
big
it was a double
thing.
standard. Yeah.
You brought in a damn Harvard and Yale graduate.
Stanford and Harvard. He went to Stanford and got Harvard as an engineer. He was an engineer. And then he went to Harvard.
And they grilled him.
Like they grilled everybody I brought, though.
Well, I remember that one the
Yeah.
worst. I remember that one the worst, and now we got somebody that came from manhunters.
Or Kelly. I thought
I'm
they
just
said,
saying.
I thought it wasn't Kelly.
I don't know. Manhunters, Kelly. I mean,
I wouldn't have been able to get away with it.
shit, they could have just got RL.
I
At least we
couldn't
know
have,
he gonna show up
I
every day.
couldn't have gotten away with it.
You couldn't have
I
got
will
away with
say
it. That's
that.
why we're saying double
They're
standards. It's double standards.
That's right.
It's definitely double standards. It's double standards,
And that's why, I think it's just
Oh,
one of
she
the things
put the
we
pen down, it's starting
one
to
of the
get
things
good
we
now.
talk about is supporting our girls and supporting young women. Especially those that want to do something. They want to go in business. They want to be an entrepreneur. They want to be a leader in their community. And I think we have a responsibility and an obligation to support them and help them see the way, because it's rough. It's number one, it's rough if you're black.
right.
It's rough if you're a woman,
right.
because you don't get the same treatment. You don't have those same opportunities. You get paid less. I remember one time I said, being married, I said, shoot, I need a wife. I need, because no, I want to go home and clean up. There's some things that I wanted to do as the woman,
right.
that I wanted to do. Now, I hope if Rex is listening, don't think I want to clean all the time.
Right.
But there were
Right.
there were things that I felt, I want to
Right.
do these things, and I want to be there for my
Cook
family
for my
these
family.
things.
Right.
And
right.
you don't have that kind of luxury.
Mhm.
I remember they thought somebody had stolen a mirror out of the hallway, because I said, they said someone stole the mirror. I said, oh, it's in my bathroom. I want to see the back of my hair. But it was things that they never thought, because everything had been set up for men. There had never
Right.
been a woman there.
Right.
There had never been a woman there.
Right.
Double standards. I remember when I was mayor, they said they didn't put the mayor's picture up at the airport anymore. Well, you did it for 100 and something years when it was a man,
Right.
black or white.
Right. Even at the hospital.
You did it for a man.
Yeah. Williams
But
had a life-size photo.
as soon as it's a woman,
Yeah.
we don't do that anymore. It took them 2 years.
Well, maybe you can get a key to the city. I hear that.
You heard that. They can hear what
I'm
we
just
hear.
saying, everybody.
I'm just-
Hey, I mean, she should have had her bust up in there as the first black female mayor of the city, but
that's just how it goes sometimes.
Double
People were
standards.
asking me about some of the things that were happening. They said, we didn't know that was going on. I said, well, we were in a water crisis. I'm trying to make sure we can drink the water. I'm not saying they won't put my picture up. That's not what I was there for. And people said, that was important. And I said, I recognize the importance of it, but we can't drink our water right now.
shit, we still can't drink
Right.
our water right now.
Getting the bricks
Look,
downtown.
We should get some new bricks for them back to the bricks. That's priorities is messed up. And I remember, oh my God, I remember posting 1,000 times about Welch. And Welch was scheduled. You told me before you left.
We had a lot of things scheduled that didn't take place.
But they got Miller Road done.
We were going to
A lot of things she can't say. I'm gonna say it. Put it on me. Put it on me. I'm
What,
here.
Mickey? You getting ready to read
What,
something?
Mickey about to read
Nah,
something? What they saying?
Nah, they just saying your mother saying y'all need to laugh about that key.
Mama, we are laughing about that key. Yeah, they got keys to everything in the city. Now,
Ain't no keys
ain't
left.
nothing locked up.
No keys left.
Ain't nothing locked up. Nothing. Everything wide open. Only thing he ain't got a key to is 810 News Media Group.
They thought they did.
They thought they
did.
did.
But sometimes you just gotta. If you close the front door, I'll come in through the window, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you've been ironing out those double standards, and I
I
also
mean, we need to call them out.
yeah.
We need to call them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I see. I want to publicly take this opportunity to thank you. Even though it's not Women's Month anymore, but thank you for uplifting women. Thank you for uplifting ATN News Media Group and giving us the opportunity to be what helping us flourish into that big media company that we want to become, and getting the right message out to people. Like you said, we need this.
We need this.
We need our own platform.
We need our platform. I'm glad 88810 News Media is here because, and I, that was one of the things I recognized the value of the media when I was in office, because they'll shut you down. The community can be misinformed,
Yes.
miseducated, and that's a very dangerous thing. I
Yes.
recognize the importance after I was out of office and I was, on another station, and I recognize the importance of a voice.
Right.
And someone, informing and educating, saying, "No, let me tell you what's really going on."
Well, you
And the
that
media has
voice.
an obligation to do
Yeah,
that.
but
They have a
won't do it.
responsibility. And so here's an opportunity for us to be able to do that. And I think it's exciting.
It took Eric Mays to go viral on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
I mean, seriously, but Flint has always been getting the attention. Mayor Weaver, you travel all over, still spreading the news about Flint. I think you're plumb damn crazy half the time.
She said,
I tell her that all the time
crazy.
because you got a
But
love
you know
for
what?
Flint.
I have a love for
Now
Flint,
she
and
put
I have a
everything
love
down.
for
It's
us,
about to
because
get
if
good
we
now.
don't start
Yeah.
connecting these dots, these things are going to keep happening to us. It's just like I was in Jackson. I said, well, Flint and Jackson have a whole lot in common when you look at our demographics and what's going on in our cities. And it's not a coincidence that Flint and Jackson both have a water problem. That's no coincidence.
Right.
It wasn't a coincidence that Benton Harbor had a water problem.
Right.
And if we don't start connecting with each other and saying what we need to come together and do, if we don't start talking to some young folk about all of the different tables they need to be at, media being one of those tables, then shame on us.
And that's what a lot of people don't know about you. You give a lot of young people opportunities. You reach back and you help pull
Old
people
folk
up.
too.
I'm young. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm young.
I'm in
Look,
my prime,
and here we got some chatter in the studio audience again. They said I'm old. They all young.
My 40s is the new 30s, baby. I know what you're talking about. We still got a good knee challenge. I didn't say good knees, a good knee. We do one of them.
That would be a good fundraiser.
A good knee challenge. Well, Mayor,
but no, we should.
Yeah.
We should. It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. And this is just, somebody's got to tell you what's going on. Somebody's got to be true. They got to be honest. And because how do you know what decisions to make?
That's true. Mayor, while I got you on here, I like to take every opportunity that I get with you to ask you questions. The water remembers.
Yes.
Thank you for having that.
Well, wasn't that good?
That was very good. It was good. I felt like what's the young girl, Shay, that was on stage. Flint, you should have packed that house. That was for you.
It was free to the public.
It was free. It was
at
totally
McCree.
free.
And you know what? Give a shot, McCree.
Shout out to Commissioner Charles Winfrey for the venue. The McCree Theater is a very nice venue.
Yeah.
Very nice venue. And the Water Remembers tour, that was amazing. Thank
We're going to
you
do
for bringing that to Flint.
We're going to do some more.
Yeah. I know you always working on something. If you can ever stay in Flint, you want it all over the country. That's what she should be doing, speaking and going out speaking. But next time, get that face recognition thing so you'll know who David Banner is.
They're not going to let me live that.
Never let her forgive that. She will call me about some peaches at Kroger's, but she won't call to ask who David Banner is. It don't matter what it was. You didn't know who David Banner was.
Don't say that over the airwaves.
She didn't know his songs.
Don't say that. I do. I sure do know now. In fact, he's a contact in my phone now.
Shut up. What's that Apple thing? Thank you. Mary, any last words? You know why I got you over here. Thank everybody for coming back.
You know what? I know it. And I'm glad to come on your show. And thank you for wanting really to be a part of this. Because it was during campaign time that I got to see really what this was and what 810 can do and be. And that's what got me excited. And just watching you all operate. I said, oh, shoot, this can't go anywhere.
Right.
It can't go anywhere.
I appreciate
It can
it.
only go up and get bigger and better.
Yeah.
And I want to thank the audience, for tuning in and supporting us.
Well, you gonna make the big
And
announcement that we're
What's
going
the big
national?
announcement?
We about to be national.
We're about to be
We
national.
about to be national. Oh, was that Mickey? Did you want to tell everybody it was gonna be national?
Oh,
Okay. Well,
we gotta wait.
we gotta wait.
Yeah.
We gotta
have
wait.
a big announcement. When are we gonna make that announcement?
We're gonna put the flyer out there. We're
Oh,
gonna
we put
do it
it
In
on
a
there.
week or so.
Y'all want to wait a week?
We'll wait a week.
We'll wait a
Okay,
week.
we'll wait a week and then tell them. Okay, we'll wait a week and then tell them the big news.
The big news.
We're taking over the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, allegedly. I'm just messing with you. You know I'm gonna say something crazy.
But we do have big news.
I know.
And we're excited.
Listen, again, if you didn't tune in at 5 o'clock,
Ooh, with Michael Clack.
Michael Clack, sum it up real quick.
The police.
Sum it up.
I don't know. You were listening.
So
The police came in. There's an investigation.
it's an investigation going on.
And there should be.
It's always
And
an
there should be.
investigation.
There's an investigation going on in the city of Flint.
Investigations
Word on the street. Going on. Word on the street.
Word on the street.
There are investigations going on, and he did a good thing because he said something ain't right. Something smells fishy, and I'm gonna go see what it is. And he called the state police. They're investigating because some payments were made that don't add up. The math. Follow the money. The math doesn't add up. That settlement doesn't add up. So that was what he talked about, and he said it's going to be continued. To be continued. And there are no notes from those meetings.
That's crazy. I've never heard of a meeting with no notes. I've never heard of a professional.
Well, you did
meeting
today.
With no notes.
You heard it today.
I heard it today for the first
Right
time
here.
ever on 810 News Media Group. We just had fun today. I'm glad we had that conversation.
We're gonna start bringing the weather in a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Today's weather is nice outside.
That's right.
And the sun is shining.
You can wear your sandals.
Yep, you can wear your sandals.
We'll never tell you the temperature, but you can wear.
It's not. Oh, we can tell you the temperature.
No,
it's 80 degrees.
Oh, she's making it real.
Yep, it's 80 degrees. Yeah, I can be a meteorologist. That's all they hiring nowadays. They're not hiring no news people.
Not investigative news.
No. All they hiring is meteorologists.
We're
Craig, what is you laughing at?
But you said all they hiring.
Yeah, they not.
Are we on?
Yeah, we live.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were still on.
Yeah, we still live. That's how I get down on my show. I just be talking, running my mouth. But yeah, it's time to go.
Oh,
it's time to go now. So I didn't.
Well, thank you for having me.
You
know what I'm looking forward to though before we leave is when we do the collaboration thing, the women's thing.
Yes,
because we're gonna start. We're gonna do some women's stuff.
We're gonna have a big show. We're gonna have.
But we're gonna have what? Meet the podcasters.
We're gonna have Meet the Podcasters soon at a venue where people can come in and just meet the A10 family, the El Presidento and the Presidente El Columba, whatever his name is, and what's the El Tarico, El Tafero, El Jefe. El Jefe. The heifer. Have
El
meet
Jefe.
Meet El Heifer Mickey.
I got you.
Meet the El Heifer Mickey. He can't cuss me out while I'm on live. And then, of course, we have the most honorable there.
We'll all
Jamaica
be there.
from Black. I'm just naming the shows.
That's
Black
right.
Money Matters.
We're gonna have Trevor.
Of course,
Trevor
we're gonna
Berry
have
Hill.
Trevor Berry Hill from Trevor's Rant. Matter of fact, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we got Trevor's Rant.
Tomorrow's Friday. That's right.
Tomorrow's
Tune
Friday.
in tomorrow.
For Trevor's Rant, and then tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we got Club Rich, and
Club
then
Rich.
8 o'clock a.m. Saturday morning, it's Pastor Thrill Kill.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
That's right.
Talk about it.
Is he gonna be there with us?
Who?
Meet the podcast.
Yes, we're gonna have Reverend
We're
Thrill
gonna
Kill
have-
there. We're gonna have him there for
We
opening
sure are.
prayer and everything.
We sure are.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be there, and then hopefully maybe Mr. DeCobbs can join
I
us.
know it. Maybe he can come, and
join
if he can,
us.
he can Zoom in
Yeah.
or Skype in or whatever you
And
do.
then of course we got AD for AD Uncensored,
Oh, for sure.
and then
Mr. Lakes.
Mr. Jannard Lakes, Pastor
we are
Jannard Lakes.
expanding.
Yeah, we are expanding, so we're excited. We got we have a little a DJ guy now. And he might be our little sports person that, he talks a little stuff on air. And look, Mr. Tony. And We're doing good. I'm
We
excited
are. I'm
about the moves
excited.
that we make.
I can't wait.
I mean,
I can't wait for the announcement.
I can't wait for the announcement either, y'all. Yeah, it's gonna blow y'all mind. It's gonna blow y'all mind away. So make sure you go like and subscribe.
Please.
A10 News Media Group on Facebook or either YouTube channel. Hit the Cash App, $ A10 News Media Group if you're enjoying our shows, because we certainly enjoy.
We want to bring them the news. We want to bring them the information.
I want to bring the shade and the tea.
Oh, that's news and information.
Yeah, I
It's
just
just
put
two
mine out in
different
different
ways to say it. It's
Yeah.
news, shade,
Yeah, I like to add a
information,
little
tea, spice.
little gravy on
It's
it.
a little spicy.
Little gravy on the rice.
I like spice.
I put a little spice on
Put a
there
little
too.
spice
A little
on there.
spice with the gravy. Mix it all up.
Mix it all up.
Yeah. Say a little stuff like, yeah. Huh? I ain't gonna say nothing bad today. I ain't gonna say nothing bad
You
today.
got me over here nervous. I'm like, should I end it?
No, I'm good. He can go ahead and end it just like they ended number 2.
Oh no, bye. Okay. Good night, people.